All right. I'm here with Eric Child. What would you call yourself?
I'm a systems engineer.
Okay. As far as audio, and you've done a lot of bands.
Lots of bands.
And you are deeply connected with Sammy Hagar's new club in Roseville.
I am. I'm his front of house engineer there at Sammy's Rockin Island Bar and Grill in Roseville on Vernon Street. Just opened a few weeks ago, and he is committed to having some solid rock and roll played there every Friday and Saturday night. So if you want to see some good cover bands, you know, classic bands, you never know when Sammy's going to show up.
That's awesome. So you convinced me to go out next Saturday night when Frank Hannon's going to be playing.
Yeah, next Saturday the 27th we're going to have Frank Hannon with Tesla. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other guys from the band show up and rock out with him. You never know who's going to walk in the door. We've had the guys from Night Ranger come in, the Wabos.
Lots of cover bands.
Yeah, lots of cover bands. Department of Rock this Saturday. I think we have... Oh, man, I can't remember. We have Love Fool on the books, Mustache Harbor,
Tainted Love.
Tainted Love, Unauthorized Rolling Stones.
Oh, I've seen them. They're buds of mine.
Yeah, they
from San Francisco.
Yes, they are.
And that other Zeppelin band, those women.
Zepparella was last Saturday, or that was last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is Mother Mayhem.
Yeah, another cover band. I know. I've seen them before.
Yeah, so that's it's coming along pretty good. We're getting a good crowd. It's not for the kids, although they do serve fruit. They serve food until 10. So if you want to bring the family and have a bite to eat and then rock out for a set, the band start at 10 o'clock. This seems like it's going to work pretty well. So we're looking forward to a good winter.
So it's amazing that a lot of businesses are leaving California right now, yet Sammy's opening up a new club. Of course, he's got the money to do it, right?
He is, and he's local. He lives in Marin, and he has a place in South Tahoe. So this is like the halfway point. His wife's from Folsom, or Roseville, actually, I believe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's connected. All of this.
So is that what gave him the inspiration to open the club in Roseville?
I think so. And his partners in the business, I believe, are local friends of his wife. So it has some kind of a family connection. So rumor has it that he'll be making frequent appearances throughout the wintertime. So they won't tell me when, which is probably good.
It's always going to be a surprise, huh?
That's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. So, you know, if you're in there at the right time and you get to see the Red Rocker come in and do his thing, he'll do some Montrose and he'll play with anybody. He doesn't care. He just likes to play.
So, Eric, let's go over your background. What led to this gig at Sammy's Club? Tell me about how you got into sound engineering.
I started because I played piano, guitar, and drums.
Okay.
So I grew up trying to be a rock star. And,
as we all did.
Got tired of eating cold Campbell soup and decided I'd get a real job. Went to college, did the business thing for 10 years, and then...
Where'd you go to college?
I went to the University of Iowa.
All right.
And then I ended up...
My mom's from Iowa.
Yeah, I'm a Hawkeye. And then I graduated from Nevada. So I migrated to Nevada.
University of Nevada?
I took classes there and I actually graduated from Sierra Nevada College, private college up in Incline Village. So I was a professional ski bum for about 10 years. Traveled all over the world, Japan, Australia, Korea, New Zealand. And then got a job in the corporate food processing industry for about 10 years. And when my firstborn was born, I decided that I couldn't work 70 hours a week anymore, regardless of the amount of money, so I went back to music, which is what I really love. So I'm far happier. I make far less money, but the satisfaction level has increased significantly. So
aren't you one of the top engineers for Skip's music?
I am. I work for Skip as well as a contractor, so he brings me in on a lot of bigger events. Also as an installer, so I do a lot of system design, churches, schools.
What's that?
Sorry about that. Oh, mercy. That's what happens when you get married.
So then you do big shows too in like Monterey and stuff like that?
Yeah, I travel quite a bit. So I own with a partner Full Spectrum Audio and Lighting. So we're called FSA. And together, I think we've been doing this 5 or 6 years together as a partnership. And we do reggae, rap, hip-hop, rock, country, jazz. I think this year alone I've mixed close to 12 or 15 different Grammy winners since January.
Wow. I know you were at the Marshall Tucker show. What were you doing there?
Yeah, we were hired to go provide sound reinforcement for the Marshall Tucker Band at Music in the Mountains at the Nakoma Golf Resort. And that was in June, I believe, June or July. So we got to meet all the guys from Marshall Tucker, and everybody had a good time up in the mountains. A lot of work, but excellent result.
Is that pretty common that you do those kind of big shows?
We do 1 or 2 a month of the larger ones. So.
Okay. And then how often are you at Sammy's Club?
I'm typically there once a week, nearly every Friday. Sometimes I flip-flop to Saturdays depending on the band. So I have a couple other guys that help me out. They fill in for me when I can't be there when I'm doing bigger shows. And then when the bigger guys are on the list, I'm the guy.
So here's the big question. How did you become connected with Sammy Hagar?
How did I become connected from Sammy? It's a long story. Actually, it's a short story. I was connected to them in 2 ways. One, the guy that books all the music there is a personal friend of mine, and he hires me to travel around with his band, and they tour all over the West Coast. So I mixed for them, and then in addition to that, the guy that actually did some of the construction in there is a personal friend of Sammy Hagar's, and also Guy Fieri from Tex Wasabi's, who I worked for 2 years. I booked all his music and stuff in his events, and through that connection, I got the plug, and they hired me to come in and actually do the audio. But and then thirdly, I was connected through Skip because they hired Skip to do the lighting. So Skip hired me to actually go out there and install and design all the lighting.
So Skip, after all these years, and with Guitar Center entering the market, is an independent business survivor.
He is. He's a success story.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Skip's music is in the top 40 music retailers in the country right now.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's quite a guy. He's been around since Woodstock. He was at Woodstock. He's the real deal.
Wow.
Yeah, he's quite a guy.
All right. Eric, thank you for this interview.
You're very welcome. Thank you much. Thanks, Alex.